up, guys? ScrubquadPRO here with you, coming right off of WrestleMania. The show ended about 4 or 5 minutes ago. I'm giving you my recap and reaction. Before we get started, though, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for any wrestling news. Leave your comments down below on what you thought of all the matches, and feel free to like this video. So let's get right into it. So this WrestleMania started off with a World Heavyweight Championship match between Sheamus and Daniel Bryan, and their intros were longer than the match. The match lasted 18 seconds, Sheamus picking up the win. There really isn't much to talk about the match. Daniel Bryan was getting his traditional good luck kiss from AJ, turned around into a bro kick, and that was pretty much it. So it was kind of weird starting the show off with the World Heavyweight Championship match lasting less than 20 seconds. I guess that kind of shows where WWE's priorities were in this event and how they feel about the World Heavyweight Championship. But it is what it is, and Sheamus is now the new World Heavyweight Champion. Next, we had the Randy Orton versus Kane match. This was good. It wasn't a bad match, but you could tell that they didn't have a lot of chemistry. They worked well together, but it could have been a lot better. I guess they really hadn't worked with each other recently, so their chemistry's been messed up a little bit. And another thing that happened, Randy Orton may have been legitimately hurt. I'm not sure. He may have just been selling it well, but Kane chokeslammed him off the top rope, and he looked like he was in some real pain, but then again, I'm not sure. But Kane did pick up the win with that chokeslam off the top rope and became victorious over Randy Orton. Hopefully Randy Orton isn't hurt too bad or anything. You wouldn't want to see that happen to one of SmackDown's biggest superstars. Next, we had the Intercontinental Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Big Show. Now, this match was a little weird. It was kind of like the end of an era and the start of a new one. So sort of like the Undertaker Triple H thing, except not as big as that. Like, Big Show is sort of coming to his end in WWE. He's getting older, while Cody Rhodes is an up-and-coming new star who could possibly be in the main event by the end of the year. These two didn't have as much chemistry like Randy Orton and Kane, but it was definitely still a good match for the size difference. Big Show did pick up the win after he hit the Weapon of Mass Destruction on Cody Rhodes and is now the new Intercontinental title or champion. I think this is Big Show's probably his last run, or last short little run, and then I think after he drops the title, he will slowly start to decline through the rankings of WWE. While for Cody Rhodes, I think this is a great opportunity for him to move up to the main event of SmackDown, especially because SmackDown is looking for some top heels to work on the show, and I think this is a great opportunity for Cody Rhodes to take that and run with it, and hopefully be in the main event, maybe even by Extreme Rules, which is the next upcoming pay-per-view. So Big Show is now the Intercontinental Champion. In the middle of the show, after that match, they announced the attendance, and it was 78,363. So that's a pretty good outing, especially for Miami's stadium, which doesn't normally hold that much for the football field. So there was a good outing for WrestleMania. After that, good old JR came out sporting his new, his fresh little goatee. So when he came out, I figured that it was probably going to be the Undertaker Triple H match, which it was. So they brought out Shawn Michaels first. Then they brought out Triple H, and he came out under this, I don't even know what you would really call it. It was sort of like this big little monster thing, like the King of King, like his little logo thing, like skeleton crown, and he came out from under it. I don't know what you would call that, but it was cool. And then the Undertaker came out, and he revealed his new look. He cut all his hair off. Oh, not all of it, but he cut most of it off and had a mohawk going on. I think he looked cool. And this match, this was probably the best match of the night. The crowd was so into it, it was ridiculous. The crowd overall was good for most of the night, but this match, with it being so early, they just literally poured everything, all their emotion into this match, and they had a good reason to, because this match was literally on fire throughout the whole time. Each competitor got a ton of offense in. Shawn Michaels did play a little bit of a role. He super kicked the Undertaker into a pedigree, but the Undertaker did kick out, and that was after he was taking numerous chair shots in the spine. Weapons were involved. At one point, Triple H hit Undertaker with a sledgehammer, and then later on, towards the end of the match, Undertaker Triple H with a sledgehammer, picked Triple H up, hit him with a tombstone, and that was it. So Undertaker is now 20-0 in what could be his last ever WrestleMania match. He's obviously getting old. He's been around for over 20 years if he's been 20-0 at WrestleMania. and he's competed in almost every single WrestleMania to date. Now at the end, a little side note, I guess, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels helped Triple H out, which I thought was a great deal of respect between all three of them, and a good way to end the era, as they say. So Undertaker moved on to 20-0. Maybe his last WrestleMania, maybe not, we don't know, but for now, still undefeated. Next, we had the Team Teddy and Team Johnny match. Now, when I say the crowd was not into this match, they really were not into this match whatsoever. I think it may be possible that the crowd liked the Divas match more than this match. Like, there was no one, I'd bet even 1,000 people, I don't even think 1,000 people were into this match at all. They were just so drawn out and drained from the Undertaker Triple H match that they had no enthusiasm at all. The best part of the match, though, was Zack Ryder's little offensive stint. Although it didn't really do much, it ended up with him getting pinned, and then at the end, after everyone was standing in the ring, everyone from Team Teddy, he ended up getting kicked in the nuts by Eve. So for Zack Ryder's efforts, he got a loss and kicked in the nuts. So Team Johnny won, and now John Laurinaitis is the head general manager of Raw and SmackDown, and you know, that was that. Then we had the WWE title match, which had the possibility to be the show stealer. It wasn't. They definitely did put on a good match though, but like I said before, the crowd was so drained from the Undertaker Triple H match that they really, either they didn't focus so much on this match, or they were saving it up for the Rock Cena match. But the Jericho and Punk did have a fantastic match. They had a ton of submission holds, they each hit their finisher, and I think it was only fitting that CM Punk won this match by submission via the Anaconda Vice. I think for these men to decide a winner, that submission was the right way, and CM Punk was able to do that and retain the title. And it had been said earlier in the before Punk came out that if he were to get disqualified for losing his temper, he would lose the title. So that was pretty much saying if Jericho got in his head and Punk just unleashed on him, then he would lose the title. So CM Punk was able to maintain and pick up the victory. And now we have the main event, the once-in-a-lifetime match, Rock vs. Cena, arguably the two biggest stars ever. The match itself, it wasn't anything spectacular. Like, it wasn't Punk and Cena like at Money in the Bank, but it was definitely a good match. Cena did some things that you normally don't see Cena do in everyday matches, which is good. He's stepping out of his shell a little bit. And then, of course, The Rock, who really hasn't worked a match since Survivor Series, and before that, he hadn't worked a match in like 8 or 9 years. So these two definitely competed well together. I think they had the best chemistry out of all the matches. I don't really know why, because they never faced each other, but I think that they were so focused on one common goal, which was pleasing the WWE Universe, that they just had amazing chemistry. And at the end, it got a little crazy. Cena hit a FU. At one point, I thought The Rock was going to tap out to the STF, and then towards the end, Cena made one mistake, and he went to do the people's elbow. He had everything set up. He bounced off the rope. He came back into a rock bottom, and that was it. So The Rock was victorious over John Cena. Not necessarily the way that I would have had it. I wanted Cena to win. Cena is the company, but I guess WWE may have something planned for this, because there's been rumors, or I guess confirmed, that The Rock will be at WrestleMania next year. So maybe Vince McMahon knows what he's doing upstairs. I mean, he did create this billion-dollar business, so I guess he knows what's going on. I guess we'll find out more about that on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. But thank you guys for watching. Overall, it was a good pay-per-view, and apparently, or not apparently, The Rock is the once-in-a-lifetime champion, I guess you could say. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Comment down below on what you think of any of the matches, which was your favorite, which was you thought was the worst, and feel free to like